Hi again, everybody. It's Kevin Canessa coming to you from the newsroom of The Observer and the notworkingobserver.com on this, the third day of January in the year 2022. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed your holiday weekend and welcomed in 2022 carefully, peacefully, and safely. It's hard to believe it's 2022 already. Wasn't it just March of 2020? I always think back to that month for some reason and fathom that it's been 2 years almost already since we began all of this COVID stuff. But at any rate, as you do every Monday night, you welcome me into your homes, and I can't be thankful enough to you for that. And as you can see in the corner of your screen, this week's front page, COVID crisis with a question mark. And we use the question mark very lightly. Are we there? Is it coming again? I mean, it just, these numbers are fantastically bad. In fact, in the town of Kearney, the most recent statistical data, unless they updated it today, was that Kearney on the 29th day of December was at its highest 7-day average throughout the entire pandemic with 118.6 cases per day on average in a week. The numbers are very, very staggering. I guess the good part of it is that most of them are not relating to deaths. There hasn't been one since November, fortunately, in the town of Kearney and in a lot of the area too. So if there's any silver lining to any of this, it's certainly that. But the numbers are indeed very high, and we will keep an eye out for you. And of course, you can check almost all of the towns locally have the numbers posted on a regular basis. Kearney's numbers are updated, supposed to be updated every day, and you will notice that those numbers just continue to climb, the 7-day average especially so. This photo was taken one day last week on a day where they were taking patients in for booster shots, for regular shots, and also for testing as well. And you can't see it obviously, but as you can tell from the photo, it starts wrapping around the building. That's Washington Avenue, and it goes all the way back past the tennis center entrance. I think it's Washington Place, almost to Hillcrest Road. That's how long the lines have been, but hopefully that will pick up and the lines won't be as long very, very soon from now. On the bottom of the front page, the school districts of Kearney, Harrison, and East Newark have opted for remote learning this week, the week of January 3rd, 2022, which means that the kids will be learning from their Chromebooks and laptops and things of that nature. In Nutley, Belleville, and North Arlington, they have opted to stay in person. But all of the districts that have decided to go remote, there are explanations, and we have that in the story that begins on page 1 and ends on page 19. As we move inside this week's paper, a good portion of this week's edition of The Observer is dedicated to reviewing the top 10 stories as seen on theobserver.com. Now, there's a little bit of irony to this because our website has been out of commission for 3 days. We were hacked by somebody. It's the second time since October. Passwords were changed. We have security on it, but yet it continues to happen. We are probably going to need to reconsider who we use for our hosting company because not only has this happened twice, despite password changes and security measures that we've put on the website, when we ask them to restore the website back to a particular date, which in this case was December 31st, not so bad because January 1st was the first day where it got really bad with the hacking. It takes forever. So we have a company called Host Monster. They're supposed to have restored it by now. They haven't, and because of that, we haven't had access to theobserver.com for the past 3 days. I'm hoping by the time you're watching this, I'm hoping it's fixed, but I just don't know whether that will be the case, but we will see. But what we did was we went through the 10 most read stories in 2021 on theobserver.com, and a good chunk of them were stories that never appeared in the newspaper, which is interesting. I've always found that interesting. A lot of times the breaking news story is one that gets much more many more eyeballs, I suppose, than stories that are just regular stuff, run of the mill that you would see in the paper. Check out those 10 stories. I'm not going to tell you what they are because that would just defeat the whole purpose of you picking up the paper this week. But a good chunk of them are crime related too, which is unfortunate and fortunate, I guess. But what you'll see by way of photos is a lot of mugshots, and that's take for it what you wish. In sports this week, Jim Haig has stories about the North Arlington girls basketball team, the Belleville boys basketball team, and the Lyndhurst girls basketball team. So I hope you'll read those three pieces that Jimmy has as we begin the basketball season. It's hard to believe that's all happening, isn't it? And of course, he's got three great features about those three teams and what is in store for them. Did you know that Midtown Pharmacy is now offering a rapid PCR COVID-19 test? Yes, they are. Check them out. You can make an appointment for that shot. 201-991-3454. The cost is $200. The results come in within 4 hours. It's the same tests that are being used at the local airports, so check that out as well. My buddy Ron Lear has a piece this week about Harrison School District. They're looking to put air conditioning into all of the schools that don't have them right now. And what better thing to do in the middle of the coldest day of the year than have a story about air conditioning. That's going to do it. Oh, wait, of course, there are 2 pages of classified, so be sure to check those out when you get a chance. And again, thank you so much for logging on and joining me. That'll do it for tonight. I hope to see you back here in a week, and if anything breaks during the course of the week, I will join you. From the newsroom of The Observer and TheObserver.com, Kevin Knessa signing off for now. We'll see you all back here soon. Bye, everybody.